Hello, Geminis, and welcome to my channel, Divine Spark Creations Tarot. Thank you so much for being here. This is going to be a February love reading for 2023. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Cross watchers, welcome. Everyone is welcome here. I'm also going to do charms at the end of this reading, so I don't forget. I'm going to put this on my lap because I'll forget otherwise. And I've kind of pulled out all my lovey-dovey romance type of cards for this love February reading here. I'm going to be using the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot, and then this is a oracle based on tarot that has to do with relationships. So I'm going to use that one as well. It's a great clarifying deck, and I will get messages from your person, or if you don't have a person, you could always take them as messages from the universe if you want. So I'm going to start out with this oracle here, and I have pre-shuffled everything, cleared this energy, and protected this whole area so that we can get right into this with just a few shuffles here. So as a general reading, please take what resonates and leave the rest, and please never force it. What does Gemini need to know for February in love 2023? February, Gemini. Let's do this one. Number 44, okay. Lantern. What a beautiful card. I'm just looking at this. Consciousness is light. So some sort of like divine consciousness understanding here, but I got to show you this card. She's got a blindfold on, and she's holding, she's got the two lanterns here that are like flaming. Her whole body kind of looks like it's flaming. There's so much light coming out of this card. There's like a doorway here, okay? But again, I can't ignore the fact that she is blindfolded. I'm going to have to find the book on this one later and read what it's... I want to know what the book says on this one. But right now, we'll just start clarifying. But I'm definitely getting, quite obviously like the hermit energy from the tarot. But being blinded, like rather than like where the hermit is holding up the lantern and following the light, this either you or someone in your field is has some sort of like a blockage with it. So let's go ahead and start clarifying this energy. I'm going to use this romance deck here. Interesting. Look at this. Let go is at the bottom. I'm going to read it just because it seems to kind of go with that lantern card. Sometimes it's best to let go and let the universe work things out in divine timing. So I'm not going to take that one. I just wanted to show it to you. So I'm just getting like a major message of awareness, like someone is becoming aware. It's kind of like they're seeing that door, because that blindfold on her, it's kind of like raised up over one eye, like she's almost trying to peek out, I'm getting a weird sense of like Eight of Swords energy from that card, which is all about like being trapped in your thoughts and feeling like helpless and hopeless, not really knowing which way to go. But they can simply just take off the blindfold. Anyways, that's kind of the energy I'm getting out of that sort of Two of Swords as well, impasse energy. Let's see. What does Gemini need to know right now? I think it's interesting that there's two lanterns, and this is a Gemini reading, with Gemini being the twins. I'm going to go ahead and take this one that's poking out here. What else? Whoa. All right. See, it's at the bottom of the deck here. Openness. We were just talking about awareness. Be open to accept divine guidance in your relationships. Okay. I'm going to put that to the side. We will go back to that deck if I feel like we need more clarity after we do after we get into the tarot. So the one that I felt guided to grab that was poking out of the deck is marriage. So it says a marriage of souls is a union of two divine counterparts blending together. Okay. Kind of a very literal meaning there. And surprise, you may be about to be surprised, and there's a gift here. Okay. So someone could want to surprise. I mean, look at the marriage and surprise, you know what I mean? That sort of seems like a engagement that you weren't quite ready for. You might be blinded, you know what I'm saying, with this blinded energy that we keep talking about here. Recognition. The divine will help you recognize signs and miracles. Wow. Oh, there's something about the hands too. Like each of these cards, all of them, even this one. The hands, the hands, the hands, the hands, and then her hands are like holding up this flaming world bubble of awareness thing. It's like she's holding up the whole world. Her hands almost look like they're on fire, as well as her hair. Getting a lot of fire sign energy out of this. Okay, let's go ahead and start with tarot with this purple Rider-Waite-Smith here. This deck is sort of difficult for me to shuffle, so I got to do it in like parts. But that's why I did a pre-shuffle. Okay, so for Gemini, what does Gemini need to know? Can we please clarify this energy for Gemini? February love 2023. Thank you. Okay, we've got the Knight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Okay. Oh, so something stable. Someone wants to offer something stable, but they, let's see what I'm getting here. A lot of wands. So I was just mentioning fire. We also have, let's see. I think this is Pisces. I always get the Hanged Man confused, whether it's Virgo or Pisces. But anyways, what we have is 7-7 here. 7 of Wands, 7 of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, the Justice card, the 9 of Wands, and the 6 of Wands. So again, with the Wands, there's a bit of a theme going on with like passion, okay? But it's there's some issues to this, so like we need to clarify for sure. It's like someone is being very, very resistant and setting up some boundaries towards you, or you towards them. They are having a hard time being open, all right? Deeply is under this openness card. It was kind of poking out, so I figured I'd grab it. It says, look deeply within to discover your soul purpose in your relationships, okay? Someone is stuck. There's a stuck energy. I mean, I was feeling 8 of Swords, 2 of Swords with this Lantern card right away. And for some reason in my readings, I don't know why, it almost always happens. The Hanged Man comes out with the Hermit, and the Hermit is not here, but the Hanged Man is here. And I was already feeling the Hermit energy with this Lantern card. Okay. So, I mean, the Hanged Man here has the halo around, you know, his or her head, and it symbolizes like the divine connection, but also a surrender to what's going on, because there's nothing else that can be done when it comes to this situation or this person. There's such a slow moving, stubborn energy in this. Okay, a holding back. They're holding back. They may be caught in a bit of ego. All right. And it's very, very strange because we started out with marriage and surprise. Okay. And so this energy, again, we will clarify, but I got to point out here that they are going through some sort of a transformation when it comes to meeting you. They've had a perception change. They've had to surrender, I think, because of the recognition. I'm getting a soul recognition energy with this card here. I know it doesn't say soul recognition, but that's what happens when, you know, these divine counterparts meet. It can feel like really, really hot. Like, you know, we have all this fire energy, and then it can kind of just freeze up. One or the other can freeze up. And it's because when it comes to these deep counterparts, there's lessons to be learned. There's triggers that get brought up. There's insecurities is what I'm trying to say. So I think someone has recognized like a soul counterpart in somebody else, and it's kind of hung them up. Okay. And it may have triggered their ego to the point where they're getting defensive about it. You may want to get married, or they may want to get married, and you might not know that this is going on. If you don't know, you know what I mean? It's surprise and marriage. The surprise card under it, we have the 7 of Pentacles, which can be like investing in someone. So someone may be wanting to invest in you or invest in a ring for a proposal for some of you. Okay. Maybe you don't like getting the idea of marriage. You know what I mean? Maybe you are like untraditional when it comes to marriage and things like that. Like you don't like it, and that's why you're putting up some sort of boundaries, because the way these two guys are looking at each other, plus it's 7-7 here, right? 7 of Pentacles, 7 of Wands. There's some sort of a defensiveness when it comes to investing something. And I know that seems really, really literal, but I mean, a lot of times when I explain the definitions of the cards, it's because, you know, this is kind of I'm trying to teach tarot while kind of reading it, because I love tarot, and I love the story of the fool's journey, hero's journey, the soul's path, which is the major arcanas. And then these are the details, you know. So the major arcana is the first 21 cards. They have to do with the soul path. And here we have the Hanged Man, the stuck energy, the transformation, the chrysalis, the change in perception and surrender. And I've got to show you this. This is why I'm saying that someone could be defensive when it comes to marriage. Directly under this marriage card, we have the defensive energy, right? And under that, whoops, we have the Justice card. And the Justice card can also be about marriage. It can literally quite mean a marriage in some cases. So it, you know, someone could be married and they're like they're separated, and you might have just found that out. That could be the surprise, you know what I mean? Like you met them and you thought this is the one, and then boom, you find out, they're still married or something like that. You know, I'm sure that could be someone's story out there. And that could be what the hang up is. That could be what, like, the consciousness, like the awareness. And that may be why you're not open. Okay. Because with this lack of wanting to invest, the holding back energy, I'm getting that from both the Knight of Pentacles, who I call the slowpoke knight because he's the slowest moving knight. Oh yeah. I was going to say what's under him. And we have the Ace of Swords and the 5 of Wands and the 3 of Wands and the Pentacles. Okay. So I have to show you the ways that these came. Oh, look at that. Okay, these are telling a story in themselves. Sometimes I have to show you. Okay, the Star is here. So major arcana. Wow. All right. So there's some sort of a fresh start. Sometimes this can even be an engagement ring, they say, you know, with the Ace of Pentacles being like a ring. Some of you could have an earth sign and a water sign interested in you. Some of you could have two. We have a King of Cups and a King of Pentacles. So there's like a stable energy, and there's a very, very lovey-dovey energy here. Or one of you could be taking on more of an earthly energy, grounding energy, and someone else could be kind of caught in their emotions. But regardless, there's some sort of a fresh start, fresh relationship, newness, okay, that feels very healing. You guys are very healing to each other. We have the Star energy here, okay? There's the Hermit. Like I was telling you, the Hermit almost always comes out. So now you can see what I'm talking about with the Lantern, okay? But she has the lanterns dangling like off of her arms here. She's not looking at the lantern. She's looking off into this weird lightning bolt ball thing of fire, okay? Sort of avoiding looking at the light. And I mean, sometimes readers will say that the Hermit follows the star that's in the lantern. Well, the star is right here. They're both right here. This is about the soul path. It's about a new beginning with you. Maybe you are the one that just got divorced and then you met someone and you, it shocked the heck out of you. There's like weird ice chunks falling off of my house and like smacking the walls. I keep hearing them and it kind of scares me. It just happened again. It happened in the last reading too. Anyway, so this is a very, very like busy energy. Someone's going, I'm getting like circles and circles, like going around their head of confusion. Okay. There's 7 of Cups. It's a confusing energy. Then we have this holding back energy, 3 of Wands. Waiting for something, waiting for some sort of ships to come in, waiting for something to happen. More defensive energy with that 5 of Wands, which goes right with that 7 of Wands. Somebody wanting clarity and someone being very slow. Okay, so let's start clarifying with this deck. That's why I like this deck. It's got really, that was the 9 of Swords that was poking out. There's the Ace of Wands. I mean, we've seen quite a few of the aces here. Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. Definitely a new energy. Okay, so can we clarify these energies for Gemini? What does Gemini need to know? Whoa, okay. Wow, that was definitely no accident. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's keep going. this middle pile. Surprise, Seven of Pentacles, Nine of Wands. I'm going to start right there, and then I'll do that last pile. Okay, so the one that kind of flew out there is the Seven of Wands again. So, got the Seven of Wands, and in this deck, these purple borders are the wands, the suit of wands, and it's the seven. So, it's Seven of Wands, and in this deck, it's called Choose Your Battles. So, you know, like I was saying, defensiveness. See how this person is all like, they're being stubborn, and they're like, well, I don't want to give in, you know, type of thing. And you know, it could have to do with not wanting to get married, you know, not wanting to be tied down. So someone could be like non-committal, but they don't have to be. It could just be someone that doesn't like marriage, you know, like the idea of the contract and stuff like that. So I mean, it could be some sort of a miscommunication. We will get some more clarity. Spread your wings. Okay, so it's like choose your battle, spread your wings. This is the Three of Wands, and we just saw the Three of Wands, so we're getting repeating cards out of this purple pile that I was looking at. So, oh no, this is the Two of Wands, sorry, okay. So, spread your wings. This is about making a choice. So it's like they're trying to not just like choose some sort of a path, you know, the right path to go on with you, you know, whether it's, do I ask, do I not ask? I'm getting a sense of fear here, but they're just wanting to like trust their intuition and fly with it. Like, because this is spread your wings. They're wanting to, like the battle that they're choosing with the defensiveness and all that, they just want to take a leap on it. This is the Ace of Pentacles directly under it. So we saw the Ace of Pentacles twice as well. So yeah, again, with the repeating cards. The Ace of Pentacles in this deck is called Strengthening Bonds. And it's all about stability. Stability could be a job. You could work with this person. We have the surprise Nine of Pentacles here. Okay, so again, you could work with them. You don't have to, but you know, the Eight of Pentacles is all about working, and the Nine is here. This is well-deserved reward. So, I mean, this person, I get a bit of ego with this card and looking at this Six of Wands here. It's like they feel like they deserve you, okay? Or maybe you deserve to have a ring on the finger and all that. So again, I'm getting a weird message about a misunderstanding. Like it might be that you love this person, you just aren't interested in getting married. So, I mean, maybe it doesn't have to be a wedding ring. Maybe it can be a promise ring. It seems like somebody wants to invest and buy something for you. With the Seven of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, well-deserved reward. It's a very, very like fruitful, abundant, enjoying the fruits of your labor type of energy. Okay. It might be surprising to you that you feel that way about this person. You might have come into balance with yourself. So like if you're single and you're like doing really good, you know what I mean? Like you don't need anybody. You're good financially. You're good emotionally. You know, you're happy with your work and what you've got going on. And then surprise, you meet someone. And it's like, well, wait, I was doing really good. Like it took me a long time to get here. This is my well-deserved reward. And now I'm starting to feel all these emotions, or this could be the other person. Now I'm starting to feel all these emotions and I'm afraid to confront them. Okay. We have this wounded warrior energy here, this Nine of Wands, someone not wanting to give up, you know what I mean? But it's like almost exhausting to them, like with what they're doing. Okay, and here is this number 18 is the Moon card. So whatever's going on, it's like someone needs to confront something that has okay, so like, you know, the energy I was just talking about where someone's good on their own and someone's moving really slow and they're kind of stuck and they don't know which way to go. It could be one of the reasons that they could be having issues confronting it is because maybe it took so long to find that self-love and that stability, that they don't want to go back to ever feeling vulnerable. Okay, because I'm just like the way that this Moon card is, I'm feeling a lot of fear out of it. Like that's just the vibe that I'm getting from it. They're like, but wait, I don't want to go back and try and face, you know, like the unhealed parts of them. Okay. So again, they're holding back. Look at this. We have the Seven of Pentacles twice. 2 different decks, right? Seven of Wands twice, Seven of Pentacles twice. I mean, that does not normally happen. Maybe a different 7, but I mean, that's pretty weird. So again, the Seven of Pentacles is like holding back and kind of like being patient. You know, nobody wants to really hear patience, but you know, in this deck here, it's called awaiting results, and it's taken so long. We do have the Knight of Pentacles at the top of this deck. You know what I'm saying? We have the Hanged Man right here. Somebody's waiting so long that it's getting like exhausting. Like this is like, ugh, like get over it already. So the Seven of Pentacles, not knowing whether or not to invest in something, so that it's just like a stalemate energy. And it's getting really annoying to someone. Like, it's like, this is what I deserve, you know? Why can't you just make a move or whatever it is? And I think this person has a lot of confusion going on. I need to get more information because this reading is, I mean, you got the moon right at the center of it with the Seven of Pentacles. So it's like a, feels frozen, you know? And I mean, with that opening card, you know, someone's trying to figure their stuff out, as it seems like. Recognition, Hanged Man, and the Six of Wands. Okay. You have sacral chakra, okay, which is all about like creativity, sensuality, sexuality. It's a very, very passionate energy there. Okay, so we have this is the Death card. Okay, so another major arcana. This is, in this deck, it is called Release, though. I love the message with this one. You know, it's about shedding the old skin. So, I mean, number 12 is the Hanged Man, right? Where they hang in the chrysalis. And then their skin starts to shed and they go through a transformation, which in this deck, it's Release. And then moves on to number 14 in the major arcanas, which is the Temperance card, which is where they spread their wings and they fly away because they're a beautiful butterfly. They've been transformed. That's how it goes. So yeah, this is really, really good. Right over Recognition and the Hanged Man, we have the Death card. That's exactly what needs to happen. That's the next step. So even though they're hung up, whoever is hung up, whether it's you, whether it's them, they are making the moves to go through this massive transformation. They're not staying stuck, even though, you know, it's like the consciousness is light. The light in the Hanged Man, it worked. Their perception change worked. That's really good. Some people are afraid of that card. Like, it's not, it's death and rebirth. You know what I mean? So this could be like complete success. Look at this. Here's the Three of Wands. Remember I was thinking that one was the Three of Wands, but it was the Two of Wands. The Three of Wands did want to show itself. So, and we saw it out of this purple deck as well. So the Three of Wands in this one is called Take the Lead. So they may want you to take the lead, or you may want them to. And look at the fireball again. There it is with the hands. So interesting that these are all, you know, it could be like their transformation is taking the lead. The consciousness, their new awareness, their new perception change on this is kind of like making them blossom and move forward. And we have Share the Love. And this is the Three of Cups, which is all about like dating and celebration. So they may want to take you out and like they may want like arm candy type of thing, you know, they may want to take you on a date. And because with this is over the Six of Wands, which is like kind of like being like having the spotlight on you, public, you know, going out in public and kind of it's a bit of a showy energy, you know what I mean? Not in like a bad way. I mean, it can be, but that's not the message I'm getting here. Like here with Share the Love. And the Three of Cups is normally 3 ladies, you know, but in this one, it's a couple. See, it looks more like a Two of Cups energy, but it's the Three of Cups, and it's called Share the Love. It's like you've cracked this person's heart open. Okay, like they're ready to go through this transformation. Look at that. Okay, they want to share the love. I think for some reason they're intimidated by you, though. I don't know why. Let's, well, that wanted to come up. Let's see what's here. Yeah, Seek, that's the Hermit right there. Yeah, Hermit, intuition. They're using their intuition on this matter, okay? That's pretty amazing. Let's go back to this deck, this romance deck, because it's got some good messages in it, and I want to know more. when it comes to like the details of this. What else for Gemini for this reading, please, from this deck? And then I'll move on to messages and charms. Gemini, what else do we need to know? Ooh. Wow. Sorry. Good God. Okay. Connection is at the bottom of the deck. Your connection is eternal and unbreakable. All right. So if it doesn't seem like it's for you, it could be for someone else. Okay. Universe. The universe is guiding you to that special person. Allow everything to take its natural course. Okay. It's like an unfolding. The reason I said wow is because intense came out, and then right next to it was bond. So, I mean, come on. Like, wow. The intensity of a true soul connection includes great highs and great lows. And look at the, I mean, I was feeling intensity and a bit of anxiety, you know. Bond, a love bond grows stronger over time. Yeah, and I mean, this is over like the release and that hanged man. It's going to take a little bit of time for this person to kind of open up, it seems like. Or that could be you. That's what you need. You know, maybe this is what you need to tell them. This is so weird. The Justice card, which totally can be about like, you know, going to court and things like that. Look at what came out over it. Guilt. So, I mean, justice can be about like karmic justice, you know, getting what you deserve. Can be about court cases in marriage, like I mentioned before. But guilt with this hammer and what's it called? Whatever it is. The gavel, hammer. You know what I mean? That thing, that. Don't let guilt get in the way of happiness. Okay. That seems very specific. It seems like something was unjust. There what may have been like some sort of a truth that, like maybe you thought they were doing something shady and you got defensive about it. And somebody doesn't know how to react to it. Also, maybe someone asked someone to, maybe somebody proposed, you know, there's a lot of stuff about marriage in this, and then, you know, to have this, and someone said no, and someone took it really personally and was like, they don't love me, my world's gonna fall apart, and blah, 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 blah. But I don't think that's it. I think that this is a very intense connection. I just think that someone doesn't like marriage, and the person that proposed got really, really hurt. Okay, and so now there's guilty feelings. So challenges is right next to guilt. And challenges is over the moon card here. Confront, you know, in this deck. It's confront, waiting results, standing back. Well, it's, I mean, look at the energy here. It's not going to move forward unless someone works on it. You know, you're going to grow into that tree. You're going to turn into that tree and not move like that lady up here. Challenges, all true soul connections involve challenges that can be overcome together. So this is also directly under the intense card. So intense bond and intense challenges over the moon. I mean, if you know tarot, that is an intense energy. And I mean, I can feel it. I can feel it literally in my sacral chakra, like burning, like it's like a nervous passion. That's how I'm going to explain it. You might be seeing a lot of synchronicities. This last card here is synchronicity. A divine soul counterpart relationship is blessed with amazing moments of synchronicity. So, I mean, it may be impossible to ignore the connection with this person because of the synchronicities that you're seeing. Let's move on to this pre-shuffled deck here that I have. The messages from your person, messages from the universe, what they're not saying to you, okay? Take of them as they resonate. If it's not for you, then it's just for somebody else. Okay, Gemini, here we go. Gemini's person. Oh, heck yeah. So remember that Seven of Wands defensive energy that we had twice? Here we go. Bottom of the deck. At times I understand, but it still hurts. Defense mechanisms. Yeah, triggering. Someone got triggered. I really don't know what you're so afraid of here. Projection. This was the real thing. I know now. Blind. Oh my gosh. I'm seriously like, we're getting that card with, I mean, what we opened up with her being blinded, you know? I'm surprised the miscommunication card didn't come out. I have tried to move on many times, but it has not worked. Nothing else is quite the same. Stuck on you. Intense here. This This card that I just read to you is over the Bond card. Did I imagine this whole thing one-sided? Have you forgotten all about me? I think of you every single day, missing you. Oh, I feel like I'm going to cry. How are you goes a long way and breaks any ice. Breakthrough. Yeah, someone wants to talk. It's sad. It's a sad energy. Let's do charms. I'm sorry, Gemini. I'm sending you hugs. All right. I'm going to mix these up. There's a ton of stuff in here. I have an Etsy shop. I sell jewelry and sometimes weird sculptures and magic wands and stuff. I need to put my magic wands on Etsy. They look like this. I have all sorts of different ones. I love making this stuff. My issue is sitting down and actually listing it, because I can't just like half-ass a listing. I got to do it right, because if you don't do it right, a lot of times they won't sell. Okay, holy cow, you got a lot of cards. You've got the Lovers here, and it was like almost totally reversed, but not totally. Okay, so this landed on this, like right between these two messages here, and it says how I view them and external influences motivating me. So the Lovers reversed, okay? First of all, the Lovers used to be the choice card. So you could have a choice, okay? And you're having a tough time making it. Or you're trying to figure out, is this really my person? Or back to that energy of someone else could be married and they're trying to like go through a divorce and all of that judicial stuff we had coming up. Okay. Let's see what this one is. I'm going to just flip it right over. The Moon reversed. I mean, if I lifted up the mat, it would almost be directly over the Moon upright. Okay, the Moon reversed. This was directly over the feminine energy's head. It was like over her brain. So, I mean, this is insecurity. Someone is feeling very, very insecure, very, very confused. They're kind of resisting going through a transformation here. This is closest to the messages on this board that say what I bring to the relationship and what I want from the relationship. I think you want to come out of this. You want clarity. You want clarity and stability. Okay, we have the mind, we have the triple spiral here. So I'm getting like a mind, body, soul, but it was also flipped over and over her head. Like it's like hovering over her head, the Moon and this confused energy. So I think whoever, you know, resonates more with being the divine feminine energy in this, because we all carry masculine and feminine in us, is feeling very out of sorts, very, very confusing energy. Okay. Oh, yikes. Yeah. So right here, which is kind of like in between the two, we have the reversed Emperor. Okay, so the inability to drop control. This is control issues. This is like a control freak. Sorry to put it like that. We have the initials J and N. Okay, J8 and N1. So those initials might mean something to you, or the number 81 or 8 or 1 or 18. Okay, let's see what this one is. The Hermit. Jeez, how many times do we see the Hermit? Okay, what we do best together is the Hermit. Oh my God. Okay, that's because it was right on here, and it's the Hermit upright. So, I mean, I think that there's definitely a spiritual connection. 3333 on the timer as I say that. Definitely a deep spiritual connection, but with the Emperor reverse being right there, with the Hermit, this might be one of those relationships where like you're really, really great and awesome together, but then you have some sort of like control issues. So you have to like kind of separate and go your own ways. But for some reason it works. Like I'm just going to give you an example. Like I have autism and my son has autism. My son has a lot more autism than I do. Like mine would be considered high functioning, but I still have autism. And so I had this, the reason I started kind of giggling is because I had this vision of this autistic couple kind of being like, okay, that was fun. Now let's beep. And they like went, you know, and they went their separate ways, and they were fine about it. So, I mean, the reversed Emperor here is normally very manipulative and controlling and blah, 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 blah. But if going the opposite direction works when it comes to the control, if you know what I mean, if you've come to some sort of a balance with that, then I mean, good for you, you know what I mean? But usually something like that would need to be worked on, when it comes to like a reversed emperor. You know, it can be, you know, or what we do best together, meaning, you know, with the hermit there could just mean that when there's the trigger, you guys go in the opposite direction, and what you need to do is, you know, have a conversation about it and be in control. Okay. So whatever it is, the situation is going to be different for everybody, you know. So, you see this one right here? This is directly over his head, like directly. It's on his face, and I got to show you what it is. And it's directly upside down on top of his head. So here, I'll show it to you in the upright so you can kind of see what it is. And no, I haven't put this one on Etsy yet, and I have a bunch of them, and I just need to. It's the Phoenix. Okay, so the Phoenix rises from his ashes. It's like the death card here. Okay, you know the story of the Phoenix. Well, if you don't, you know, it bursts into flames like this energy, this first card that we have. The Phoenix bursts into flames, and then from the pile of ashes, it has a rebirth, and it goes, and then it flies away. It's the beautiful Phoenix. It's in Harry Potter and things like that. You know what I mean? It's the Phoenix. But with it being directly reversed, right over that masculine face, right with the Emperor reversed, this is, I mean, it's, I'm not going to lie, it's problematic. It's someone that's being defensive. They're playing defense, you know, when it comes to a change. They want to change. They want to go forward through a change, but they are afraid of letting go of control. Okay. And then over here on the feminine energy, see how all three of these are lined up like this? I'm going to, here, don't get seasick, but I want to show it to you. Okay. Because I want to show you how I'm looking at it. Now I can't tell. See? Do you see it? They're playing defense. They're playing chess, first of all. Okay, I'm putting you back. Hold on. Sorry. I've never done that. That was special for you, Gemini. You're the only one that gets the seasickness, the camera sickness. Anyways, you see what I'm seeing, though? It's the moon reversed right over the feminine. The Phoenix reversed right over the masculine with a reversed Emperor in between. The Hermit above. I don't really know, you know, how you guys can move forward. It's going to need like a major like awakening moment. Like it's gonna take like a major like sit down conversation. Avoiding it, you know, doing the hermit energy, ignoring the problem. Maybe that's what the hermit, what we do best together, the hermit, you know, being alone. Alone, not alone together, alone separate. Maybe that's the message, you know, like long time ago, I dated this guy and we broke up like 20-30 times. It was heart-wrenching. It was horrible. And I just kept taking him back. And everyone around me, all my friends said, what are you doing? Why, you know, and then finally I had to have the realization, why am I'm doing this to myself. I'm the one that keeps taking him back. Right. We would have our issues, and then he would ghost. I would cry to everyone. Annoyingly, I drove everyone crazy, I'm sure of it. And then he would come back after about a week, apologize, but never apologize for, he'd never give a reason. You know, I'd be like, why are you sorry? And he'd be like, for leaving. Why did you leave? You know, we never actually talked about the issue. We would just break up, make up, break up, make up. There was no growth. And so eventually I just said, I'm done. You know, I am doing this to myself by continuing this. Like whatever lesson I'm supposed to learn, I know that it's not supposed, I'm not supposed to move forward with this. I'm not supposed to keep doing this in my life right now. It was really, really difficult. Anyways, difficult messages here. Again, Gemini, I'm sending you a hug. How they view me. This is the earth. Okay. And so, I mean, it seems like you guys are worlds apart. Like if you don't live at a physical distance from each other, that's how it's feeling to them or to you. Like how on earth can we balance this? You know, it's going to take some work for sure. But I mean, the love is there. There's you know, possibility of marriage and stuff. There's just a lot of triggering going on. All right, so is there anything else? I feel so kind of guilty about this. Let's see if there's anything else. Is there anything else for Gemini out of this deck? Okay. So we have love, connection, and past lives. Love conquers all. Okay, so that could even be self-love for you. Connection, your connection is eternal and unbreakable. And past lives, we reunite with our loved ones over and over again through many different lives. So if you believe in past lives, which I do, this could be some sort of karma playing out that you guys have went through in a past life, and it's all come up to like a head in this life through this to either learn the lesson and then start dating other people that, you know what I mean, aren't in that vibration, that don't bring out the ugly in you or the ugly in each other, you know what I mean? Or to come to a resolution with this person and say, you know, let's come full circle on this. Let's figure this out and say, this is what bothers me. This is what bothers me. How can we move forward? Like finding a solution. Anyways, Gemini, thanks so much for being here. And if it didn't resonate, you could always look at your other, the rest of your natal chart. If you don't know your natal chart, you, if you know the time, or you can find out the time that you were born, like down to the minute. You could ask your mom or something like that. Look at your birth certificate and the location. Then just Google natal chart, and a whole bunch of them will come up, and just put the numbers in there, and it'll tell you, you know, what your moon, what your rising, what all that is. And it can tell you, it can help you figure out more about the different aspects of your personality and stuff like that. So anyways, thanks so much, Gemini. I love you guys. Bye.